And up next on our segment on budget expectations, Chairman of the Ceylon Chamber of Commerce, Duminda Hulangamua, expects government to propose a budget targeting policy reforms essential to support short and medium-term goals for Sri Lanka's economic development. The Ceylon Chamber Chair emphasizes that the government should focus on developing Sri Lanka's tourism, BPO, shipping and logistics industries. Joining the 2024 budget expectations segment on other Derana, Hulangamua elaborated that while past budgets focused on stability of the economy, the upcoming budget should focus on providing a growth path for the country, prioritizing policy reforms to attract more investments and accelerating the growth trajectory.
Now that we have achieved some degree of stability because economic reform program, this year's budget we are expecting is a growth path. Last year's was stabilization and reform, but now we need to get on a growth trajectory. So we hope that with the contributions we also made to the government, that they will do the necessary, or rather the budget will focus largely on how we can increase our tourism from the current 2 million to 4 million tourists a year, how the infrastructure around that can be improved, how the marketing around that can be promoted. They need to see how we can improve the BPO IT industry, the service industry, how we can improve talent, how we can take the investments in the regions, and how we can increase the business from this sector, which is largely export oriented. Because Sri Lanka will find difficult in the short term, medium term to develop the industrial base to manufacture goods for export. So we feel the government should therefore consider the low-hanging fruits such as tourism and BPO IT industry. And other than that, you should get into is shipping and logistics, because we have an advantage in those areas. We need to see how the government will encourage more people, both domestic and foreign, to get into shipping and logistics business. These three areas to us as a chamber are the priority sectors to achieve some immediate results in the next 1 or 2 years. And of course, I'm sure the government will also announce what its plans are to improve agriculture. What we are talking agriculture means commercial agriculture, how we can get into large agriculture, both in the plantation industry sector as well as the agricultural sector, to increase the agricultural output. And then of course, with regard to exports, it's a medium-term strategy as to how we can encourage more FTAs to be entered into. That will give advantage to Sri Lankan exports to the eastern markets such as the ASEAN markets, and then also to enter into negotiations with India to see how we can increase export baskets for goods under the FTA and the quota. So we expect therefore this year that the government will introduce reforms that are necessary for growth, rather labour reforms, the land reforms, alienation of private sector and government and foreign investments, and how those blocked areas can be expanded by reforming and encouraging investment to those areas. So that is what we are basically expecting this year for the government to do, and we think the government should do. The Ceylon Chamber had a very close discussion with the government at 2 closed-door sessions on round table, where we discussed these policy issues that need to be addressed in order to take Sri Lanka to a growth path, and we hope and believe that the government will accept those proposals and enter into a growth path.